swag. I don't know, but this shit never gon' end swag. Hey, we in this bitch, we in this rolling up a big blunt. Fuck it, in the straights, this ain't what you want. Yeah, nigga.
I think we on episode 8, man, for sure. High risk, right back at it like we never left, man. You know we coming, man. You gotta like, subscribe, so we can get the algorithm going. You know what I'm saying? So we can get this shit popping, man. This only for people who resonate with. If this shit go over your head, I ain't gonna say it ain't for you. It just ain't time for you to receive this type of message. You know what I'm saying? You know, when a student wanna learn, teacher opinion. If it ain't time, you probably it's gonna irritate your demons, or it's gonna be like, what he talking about? So you do any of that, that's cool. But just don't wrap me up. Like I ain't ask for you. I don't want to debate. I don't want that. So we talking about like the benefits of like evil, like, cause you know the devil ain't nothing but like God's little agent, so he can come, you know, test his righteous people to make sure, you know, they ready to walk that walk. They ready to really shine that light and remind about it, you know, his kingdom. So it's like, never be discouraged and never be fearful, or never be like, you know, don't never get too in your head about when things in your life ain't going according to how you wanted to go, because that be the whole problem. Like you trying to like plan out your life and have expectations for this and all that. That's not really it's never going to satisfy you. Like, see, the destination, and that's where we catch ourselves chasing, is the destination a lot. When you get to a certain point in life, you're gonna realize that it's really all about the journey. Like the journey is the part that you get the most dopamine out of. Like that's where all the rush at. Like, you know, if you just, let's say whatever you want, like whatever you try and manifest, whatever your goal is, let's say you had it right now. Like whether that be $1 million or on the beach sipping margaritas, whatever it is, let's say you had that shit right now. You think that's gonna change, like that's gonna make you like whole, that's gonna make you satisfied? Like really think about that. Like I highly doubt it. Matter of fact, I know it's not. Because it's not about the destination. It's not really about like, once you forget about like how it's gonna look when you get there, and just like worry about the steps, like just be in the moment of everything, like enjoy every experience. You really cut yourself short when you always thinking about like what's gonna come after. If I do this, then that's gonna happen. Do this, and that's gonna happen. Once you kind of like, and it's not gonna happen every night or every day. Remember, it's like we gotta just like maintain this stillness and awareness that like this moment right here is like the moment that matters the most. So we can create this image or this scenario, this future in our head, and it's probably not even gonna look nothing like that. So you might as well just enjoy this shit while you in it. Like the grind is the best part. That's the times you're gonna remember when you do get to that destination. And it's never really a final destination. It's really a never-ending journey, and that's the best part. The best part is the journey never ends. Like, cause you're gonna really realize that it's not about the material thing. It's not about the big ass house, and it's not about the millions of dollars, and you can have whatever you want. All that shit gonna get boring. All of it. Give a fuck. If you a shoe collector and you finally get every shoe in the world, now what? Now what? Now you just a nigga sitting there with a whole rack of shoes that you can't take, but there's no value in it. That's why your purpose in life is gonna be something that you least expected. our human brain, we like to come up with these concepts of what we think success is. But like, we think being successful is this, so we might think it's that. When God's plan is totally different, way better, way more complex too. So you gotta trust the process, cause you're not gonna always understand it. Like, that's where faith kick in the hardest, cause like you look around, you like, this don't look like what I wanted to be. That's the problem. You keep trying to come up with what you want it to look like. You can't construct how it's gonna look. You gotta like really just be in that moment and have your motives right. If your motive ain't correct, that shit ain't gonna never look right. Like, if you don't truly feel that joy when you're doing what you're doing, that's probably not what you're supposed to be doing. Like, if you even consider it a job, that's probably not what you're supposed to be doing. That might not be your purpose, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's purpose is totally different. Like, I had to learn that on my way, on my never-ending journey, which I'm still on. Like, you can't say like, oh yeah, what are you doing? Like, it's children out here like hungry and you just sitting here, you can't look at the next person. Just worry about what you doing. Worry about how you trying to make a change, because that's the only place it starts at. It starts with you, because maybe that person you talking to, that's not their purpose to be out there trying to like feed the homeless and do all this and that. Maybe they supposed to be doing some whole other shit. Maybe they supposed to be a nigga out here trying to like stop human trafficking. Like, it get deep, motherfuckers. God conditioned us for different types of, all different type of missions. We all in the game. Once you learn how to play your game correctly, that's when you're gonna be beneficial for humanity and just everything. But ain't no skipping past the line. Ain't no skipping past go. Ain't no you not healing and you trying to help. You can't do shit for somebody if you ain't got yourself to a point of clarity. Like, you know yourself. Like, cause don't nobody really know they self, man. Everybody know this ego. Everybody know their ego, but very few people know who they truly are. Very few people could even sit still long enough to even go that deep within themselves to find out that truth. Cause that truth could be scary depending on what you've been through in childhood and how much trauma you collected, which we all got trauma, no matter if it's more or less than the next person. We all got it. Like, so depending on how much courage you got to do that, that's gonna determine how much you know yourself. So when you blessed enough to trust that process and face that shadow side and like face all them demons and all that dark shit that you got in you, because God give us both. He give us light and dark. It's up to us to balance it and merge it into our higher self so we can use it for the greater good. Like, a lot of people, we know we got special powers with it. We all got but most of us use it for the lower self. We use it for dumb shit when we could be using it to better humanity and just better the world around us in our own little way. See, this ain't about trying to save the world. Like, it ain't about that. It's about doing your part. Doing your part, living this one life to the fullest. Like, for real. Like, what we got right here is just a bunch of consciousness. Bunch of people who on different levels. Like, that's why, like, somebody not really on your level mentally, never belittle them, never look down on somebody, because you once were there. Like, don't ever forget that. Like, some people on different stages of life, and that's cool. Like, if you even really find yourself coming around people where you keep trying to punch somebody in the head with information they're not understanding, maybe you in the wrong place. Yeah, maybe you gotta look at yourself. Maybe you need to surround yourself with more like people like yourself that's on, vibrating on a high frequency, because that's where the disconnection at. It's not like that's your enemy or man, they don't fuck with me or you don't fuck with them. Y'all at two way different points in life, so you gotta keep that in mind. Like, but I always get sidetracked, but I like when I do that because it make it spontaneous. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when the evil in your life, that shit is to like burn you up. It's supposed to burn you up. It's supposed to burn you up. Burn that ego up until you come back into your natural self. Like, cause without no bad, how the fuck would we know what good was? Like, everything was designed perfectly for this game of life. Like, God had the evil, God had the good, God had the dog, God had light, God had both. Can't have one or the other. God had male, God had female. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause all this shit is designed perfectly. It's all divine. Everything is divine. Ain't nothing a coincidence. Ain't nothing luck. Nah, none of that. Everything is divine, man. Whether you believe it or not. So I just really encourage everybody to like study these laws, like God's laws that we live by. Like, we live by them. They working. They just working. They ain't working against us, and they ain't really working for us. But they just working. You gotta make it work for you. And once you learn that, like, a lot of your suffering will make sense. Cause life is meant to be suffered for a while until you wake up. The goal is to wake up and then find out what you doing here, what you supposed to be doing here, and then doing it to the fullest, on purpose, consciously. A lot of us is living in somebody else's dream, somebody else's world, because we never really took the time to focus on what we want to do with ourselves. Like, away from that slave mindset, like, get a job, get a wife, fuck, have kids. Man, all that fake American dream shit, some shit that never resonated with my soul. Once you realize that's bullshit, and I mean, to each their own. Like, if that's what you want to do, you want to work your ass off and then retire, and then, go on the beach and rocking your rocking chair and look at the water, that's fine. That's not for everybody though. So you gotta like really realize like the people around you that's bringing you down, they really there for a higher purpose. You gotta figure it out. Like, you gotta figure out what's your triggers. Why you gotta start questioning yourself. The more you question yourself, the more you find out about your real true self. Not what society made you, not what your trauma made you, not what your folks made you. You find out your real self when you start questioning everything you do. Like, why do you get mad over this? Why you don't like that? Why you don't like this? But you gotta really want to know the answer. Like, keep lying. You're gonna keep lying to yourself. Don't even worry about it, bro. Just keep living in delusion. And I'm trying to tell you, that shit get dark. That shit is the worst place to be. Don't let the devil tell you otherwise, yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna get back to that shit, but man, look, stay tapped in, stay locked in, stay prayed up, stay focused, stay aware, and stop thinking something. Always stop worrying. Worrying is not of God. Worrying is of the devil. There ain't no fear, ain't no doubts. You want something, and it's in your soul to go do it, go do it. Ain't nothing stopping you but you. You gotta get out your head and get in the moment, man. Yeah. Shout out to everybody. Much love to everybody. If this message resonated with you, please like and subscribe. We're gonna keep going up. Y'all already know the high risk.